Welcome back to Bike Week America, the fastest 25 minutes in biker history, right here, broadcasting live from the shadows of the John Hancock, the Daily Center, and from the shadows of frozen hell. Welcome back to Bike Week America.
It's Tina's and Tampa, Florida's fault for that snow we got in Ohio.
Yeah. Coast to coast and beyond. We got all the news that you don't see on mainstream TV. Welcome back to Bike Week America. This is where we have some fun, where we get to know each other, where we get to go hang out on Facebook, we get to go Twitter each other, make a few phone calls. This is where we call Bike Week America. Thank you, everybody. My name is, I am the Biker's Broker. I am Dan Nolan.
You are? I am Lori Martin, just Martin, your legs. I guess we're going to go back to that no matter what I want.
Yeah. I dug out the legs.
It's 20 years
fault.
in a closet.
All my fault.
And it's back. Thank you, Dragon. You're watching. You got it, brother. This is all your fault anyway to begin with. So, anyway.
Well, welcome to Bike Week America. We want to start the show with, it's a back-to-back thing today we're doing. We want to just at least shout out to Cabela's for giving us a break on letting us do our accident scene management classes over in Hoffman Estates. Accident scene management classes are about bystanders taking action when action is necessary out on the road. Things that you need to know about treating a patient and keeping yourself safe. There are classes for that. The next class is coming up on December 7th with an advanced class right after on December 8th. This is one of the classes that every rider should take. Now, I'm taking 1 minute of my time to introduce to you my new executive phone producer. We're going to call her PB. This is her name is Bronwyn Russell. Everybody welcome Bronwyn to the podcast. All right. Bronwyn, tell me a little about you and what you want to do on the phones.
I want to answer them successfully. And that's what
we want a lot of success there.
Hey, what can I
We've
say?
seen your work on the computer.
And aren't I fabulous? And I would like to take that opportunity for apologizing for my past mistakes, my mistakes tonight, and my future mistakes.
We're full of them.
Apologize.
We do make
Hey,
mistakes.
throwing a little bit
live
different
TV, and I love it. We work without Annette because she couldn't show up.
Yep.
So how are you going to be handling the phones? What do you want from the callers?
You know what? I do want to say a couple things. When I'm literally only a couple of feet away from there, and Lori's distracting me, but anyway, I'm a couple feet away from there. I'm trying to listen to them, and I'm trying to listen to you guys. So talk loud as you can. Right. Enunciate all the words. Tell me your first name, your affiliation, and very simply what it's going to be, why you're calling. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to pass it to them. And it's up to them whether and how they're going to put you on air. So
and we know when you're not using your real name. Yeah. If you call in and say, hi, I'm Wednesday Adams, we know that's not your real name. We're going to hang up on you every time. Happened to her last week.
Phoenix called. Bam.
Oh, I'm wearing my Phoenix shirt today.
Good for you. Good for you.
Just a little bit of warmth on this cold winter day. So this is Bronwyn. Treat her nice on the phone. She's doing a real good job behind the scenes. And thank you for being a part of the staff.
You know what? Let's go for a ride.
You are the missing piece.
And here we go.
You are,
so absolutely.
You are the missing piece.
It's a pleasure to be here.
But I do, again, back to where we were. But thank you, Bronwyn. Yay!
Hey, Gabriella's in the studio too, folks. I don't want to leave Gabriella out. She's part of this crew too. Yeah, it's a big team.
Yeah. Come over here, honey. Come over here.
Stick your head in the camera.
There, a little closer. A little closer.
There she is.
I am surrounded by the best staff.
Beautiful women.
I was going to say, it's because we're girls.
That's my whole staff is women.
Shockingly.
I don't know how that happened. But welcome to Bike Week America. Yes, that's right. It's the fastest 25 minutes you'll ever see. Now streaming live on www.bikeweekamerica.com. Oh my God, we got a website now!
It's up.
So, I want to thank Jose on a Bike, who's been helping me. I got two guys working on this website with me, Jose on a Stick and Darwin. Okay, that tells you a little bit about what's going on with, the behind the scenes. But these guys did a real good job.
No, Dan is completely sane and non-medicated. I'm sorry, I'll get medication into him before the next show, I promise.
Yeah, but if you got something that's on your mind, something that triggers while we're going through everything, 312-738-1060, please dial correctly. The guy is pissed. Somebody misdialed again last week. I got a phone. Well, he knows how to find me.
Oh, you know what? I have somebody. I have to change that. I don't know what I did. I told them the last four digits were wrong. We have somebody live on our phone lines right now, my friend.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's put him through. I'll give him 1 minute. Oh, okay.
Well, we know
I'll
him.
give him one. Oh, I'll give him 1 minute in a minute.
Mike, we got to run.
Yeah. So follow us on Bike Week America on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Bike Week America. We do all that stuff now that we're socially connected.
Yeah.
We also want to thank everybody for tuning in, starting with the hearty hello from our fans off of Facebook. Marika hit us up from Hawaii, and Marina out of Colorado. There's a special girl named Tina out in England I wanted to say hi to.
In the UK.
UK,
Hello,
that's
mate.
right. Sons of Anarchy. And our faraway traveler this week, the faraway viewer that I don't know how he got on us, Say Paul, joined us from Bandung, Indonesia. Bandung.
It could be from the whole thing that we're doing with Kevin Beener and his Asia tour. I
You
mean,
know, that's what I thought.
I think
and,
so.
And I think Beener.
Beaner.
Beener. There we are,
Oh, there
Beener.
he is. Beener. Beener is traveling internationally. We're supporting his tour. We've actually physically and financially supported his tour.
Yeah,
Thank
Bike
you.
Week America got some support from it, and so therefore we forwarded it on to Kevin Beener.
So-
Beener and I have been on talking back and forth in the middle of the night. We have the internet,
We're going to
Intermiddle of the
put up a
night
little
calls.
link here on how to find his
Absolutely.
GoFund site, and we're going to promote that on the
Website,
Facebook
yeah.
page. So
Yeah.
you're going to see a little bit about Beener. Beener's doing this on his own with our
the
support.
mayor of fun.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean,
He's leaving December 10th.
Yeah.
So he's going to be Skyping his. We have the exclusive.
we have an exclusive
Skype.
with him. He's going to do. We're going to set it up because there's a 12-hour approximate time difference between here and Asia, and I have an exclusive with him for Skyping. And then what I'll do is record it, you guys, and we'll do it a little so that we can have just kind of 1 minute blurbs to check in on Beener while he's doing his trip
Yep.
through Asia, which I think is pretty cool. Exclusive rights to Bike Week America.
I think that is so rocket.
I'll keep
Yeah, that
I'll keep
rocks.
Beener around.
Beener,
I like him.
way to go, buddy.
Thanks again for drop shipping out to Tina, not Tina. The
I
girl-
got it in the.
Yeah, I'll go later. It's later.
Thanks, Beener.
Thanks, Beener.
So I'm out Saturday. I'm out with Jose on a bike in 0-degree weather in wind chill, and I can't.
I'll
I
play
can't
the
type.
violin. You
I
love
can't type.
biking.
I do. I can't type. I get home and I can't type, and I click on
Frostbite.
this, and it was an article from the American Motorcycle Association. And it was about the Center of Disease Control.
I forgot the duct tape. It's in my laptop bag.
The Center of Shut up. The Center of Disease Control, the CDC, wants to mandate a federal motorcycle helmet. And I'm like, I'm not reading this. This is not correct.
Evidently,
I had
sport
this-
has become a disease.
I didn't know I had a disease. I know I have the fever.
Yeah.
But
Give me it any
is it a
day.
disease?
Give me
you
it
know what?
any
We're going
day.
to ask Cynthia Moore from
She's a nurse.
Centegra. She is in the studio. We're going to ask her if this is a disease. This is need to know stuff.
Yeah, see?
So I called my buddy Mike, and Mike, are you on the line?
I'm right here, Danny.
Mike,
Hello, Mr.
what
Huff.
is the CDC crap?
Hey, Laura.
What is the CDC crap about? I can't believe that they're trying to mandate a federal helmet law. Why are they involved?
The CDC was tasked by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration,
Those
who
are
has
the
been a
guys.
nemesis of bikers since the
Oh,
early
yeah.
70s when they wanted to take all motorcycles off the road.
Okay.
3 years ago, it was with the NTSB. In 40 years, the NTSB investigated 6 motorcycle accidents and recommended we should all wear helmets. We shot that one down. We stand a pretty good chance of shooting this one down, but, you go into a situation like this, you just never know.
Well, the Senate subcommittee is in that too. Evidently somebody's gotten a hold of it on Senate Hill because they're refuting the fact that this is a disease should be handled by a government sanction such as the
It shouldn't
CDC.
be.
So it shouldn't
Right.
be.
And that's what
Right.
set me off, Mike. And that's why I pulled you in is because, on the medical side of this, I know that most people die from, trauma to the chest.
Spinal?
And spinal.
Well,
loss of
it has
limb.
nothing to do with helmets. I mean,
The statistics show that 74%, or the cause of death in 74% of motorcycle fatalities is blunt force trauma to the chest.
Right.
thank you. Yeah.
CDC and Washington, they all need to understand we don't need safer accidents. A helmet's not going to save your life.
Right.
And the only thing is, they passed this helmet law. I mean, 74% of the people that die are going to be wearing helmets.
Yeah,
Well,
So
and
it's absolutely senseless, to mandate this.
As a retired medic, Mike, I mean, we didn't see that it did anything to change when somebody's limb was lost. We had a friend lose a limb Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
I get the tape.
Exactly.
Never mind. Okay, so we're gone, Mike. I love you.
So is this thing a bunch of crap, or is this thing going to pass?
You know what? Like I said, you get into a situation like this. We've got we got friendly politicians in D.C., just as we do in Springfield. But the thing that everybody can do is you go to contactingthecongress.org, find out who your people are, send them an email, make the phone calls.
That's what I'm
know that
thinking.
their constituents are totally against us.
So one more thing, I understand Martin stole the prize truck and stole your prize closet and backed it into mine. What do you got coming up for the show for us? Tell me about what you've done for the show.
Well, you know what? For somebody with a cane, she moves pretty darn quick.
Oh, the
Before
cane
I
is
could get my
faster than
hands
her
on her,
hips.
She took my last free membership for Southern DuPage Debate for the year.
It's because I fed you pizza.
She got one of those. Plus, she got 4 pairs of tickets to the exposure tour that I have coming up at the end of February.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Lori. I owe you for that one. Pizza next Tuesday, babe, is on you.
Pizza's
yeah,
tonight on me. Come on by.
Yeah, we are still doing, even though SOA's not on, we're still doing pizza at Martin's house.
Yep.
So if you got nothing to do, come on
Come
by.
on by.
Oh, and if anybody wants the address, 312.
Stop!
All right. Mike, thanks for checking in. I'm just glad
My
that
Heidi
this
hole
isn't a
gone.
problem. But yeah, everybody call your congressman. This is a bunch of crap.
And,
Okay.
join a bait. They're fighting for your rights.
This is a guy, Southern Decay Debate, who's really out there in the trenches doing it every day.
Every
So
time.
that's why I went to Mike. So
Yep.
thank you, Mike. All right.
Now what?
So, well, I feel better now. That's a bunch of crap. You
Oh,
got news?
good. I'm glad
Let's
you
do
do.
news. Okay.
You wanna do news?
Yeah, what do you think?
We could do news.
All right. Well,
Where are we going?
Let's do news. All right. Now that we
As
know that
Bronwyn
Cindy-
just looks at him like he has 4 heads.
News. Yeah.
That would be on page 8.
Stop. I'll start flipping pictures.
Cindy Moore's in the
No. Don't.
Cindy Moore and I are going to cover a little bit about what happens when disaster happens. But this is just a quick reminder of things that happen after the storms. Cindy is proactive about preparing people for disasters. This is a picture of one of the tornadoes that hit Washington. This is actually a swirl pattern.
It's Washington, Illinois, folks. Sorry.
There's at the bottom of the screen, there's a little white thing there. It's actually a blown up farmhouse.
I know.
It's just terrible.
Family
one of the
members
things-
lost their house there. I mean, I know.
You were down there.
Yeah.
We want to stress complacency and action today, and Cindy's going to help me with that. So
Listen
thank
to
you
your
very
warnings,
much.
folks.
Yes.
They aren't put out there
It's
by the National
not
Weather
a bunch of
Service for
crap.
nothing.
So what else do you got, Martin? You got anything good on
You
the-
know what? Racing legend and land speed record holder Bill Warner crashed after hitting 285 miles an hour, and then he lost control of Suzuki and later died in the hospital. He was 44.
There he is. All
There
right,
he
Bill.
is.
Yeah, Bill. He was a good
Rest
guy.
in peace, brother. He was attempting to tap 300 miles per hour at a time and veered off the runway on the old Loring Air Force Base. He was performing in the main event, something they do every year up in Maine.
It's a huge.
I know.
It's a 1.5-mile track.
I know.
It's huge. These guys do
These guys
it.
are crazy.
Loring was a very cool.
300
Air Force
miles
base.
an hour?
I do.
You jump out of planes
I do
and you don't even do that.
125 in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. I cannot see doing double that.
No,
that is just
no.
just.
Speaking of
incredible.
accidents, I need to shout out to Dr. John, a good friend of ours, and he's with Adventure Riders, and he went down, had to stay on the East Coast in Jersey for a bit, and he's home, I think, now. Not there.
All right.
We
Well,
never
let's
got
do
it on the paperwork.
Let's do a good story. I got friends out in the UK, and this is more for you guys. I found a story about Lucy Grogan. She's heading out to do a quick 2,000-mile jaunt.
Running around the block.
Yeah, she's just running around the drink a little bit. And she's taking a magazine with her called Motor Is. And she's going to report how she's going to do 2,000 miles in 48 hours. She hasn't been on a bike for less than a year.
2,000 miles in 48 hours. Somebody needs to talk to Mr. Briscoe, because he did like 10,000 miles in 12 days.
Well, we got
On Hoka-Hay.
Chris Simmons coming up. Chris is amazing.
Yeah.
She does the cannonball run.
Crazy.
I got like
We missed
really
our 7:05
sick
time
friends.
clock.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, just saying.
Yeah, if you were looking at the Facebook and 7:05
Yeah, 7:05
came
came and went. Let me move
know-
this over to Dan's side of the desk. We got a surprise for later. Yep.
I got a little
Just a
surprise
little
from
something
her.
from Nail
We're
Mail.
not going to talk about
Nope.
it just yet.
That's why it's not right
Was
there
that on
yet.
camera? Oops.
Yeah, everything we do is on camera.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think it's great that a lady rider is out there. She hasn't been on a bike she's a new rider. She's going to put 2,000 miles on to bring awareness to
Just be safe.
to the kids in
New
Cambodia.
rider and 2,000 miles scare me. So
ready
please
for
be
turkey?
safe. Bring a first aid kit. If not, have the people with you that know how to get a hold of EMS and have some medical training
agree.
with you.
I agree.
I mean, that's what we teach ASMI
She's
for.
got a crew, and God bless you.
Yeah,
But anybody
ride
who's
safe.
taken on the road, you can see it. You know, we've had Kevin Beener. I mean, Mike Huff puts on a bunch of miles. Wally Elliott puts on a bunch of miles. All the friends that we've had on the
Ursula?
show. Ursula, my girl.
Our girl.
Yeah, no kidding.
Coming
Mike
home
Cozy.
for Christmas.
Cozy's good for, good.
Cozy's home for
5
$25,000 every year.
Oh, God. Joe Wu out in California.
He was talking about it. But the love ride and everything he does. He rides a lot of solo, but he also did. We got him coming up next week. Did the Progressive commercial? He's in the new Progressive commercial with Flo on the new Victory Chapped.
Yep,
This is
gonna
cool.
be cool.
This is
So,
cool.
We have people from Sons of Anarchy coming up on the show. You need to stay tuned. Okay, and now one last thing that I want to do.
Teaser for next week, folks.
Joe Woo's on next week.
Joe Woo.
So one last thing I want to do before we go. It's Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving is one of those times a year that you just hear disasters. So I'm going to talk turkey with you about this deep frying thing that people do for fun on
Attention
the
this to my
holiday.
ex-husband.
It seems to be a big thing to deep fry a turkey, but it's coming with risks that I see all day. Every year you hear about somebody tripping into the pot, knocking it over, and burning down their garages. We have a few tips tonight to help keep you in mind if you're dipping the bird. So to cook the tom turkey, what we want you to do is to fill the pot to the right amount of oil. Put the turkey in the pot and fill it with water first. Put it 2 inches above the turkey, and then remove the turkey and mark that water level. That's the oil level that will give you the right level of oil to put in. This way you know what's displacing, and you know exactly what is going to be necessary to keep the oil in the pot. So this year, we want you to do a little preparation towards safety. Some of the nuances that come with cooking a bird in oil comes from experience, including starting with a completely thawed bird. Frozen turkeys react dangerously in hot oil, and pops and splatters get pretty violent, so don't overfill your pot. Job one. Now, once the bird is in, then regulate the heat right. Each temperature underneath the pot should be 350 to 375, depending if you read the instructions on the label. But if you're not reading the instructions on the label, go ahead, turn her up, get her hot, and turn on that heat source carefully. But keep it between 350 and 375 before you drop the bird in. Then you can cook it slowly, whatever is happy for you. But when you're cooking the slow bird, stop to see if the oil overflows every so often. Obviously, you have a fire hazard that's going to burn down half the neighborhood. It does overflow, and not having a fire extinguisher handy is the biggest problem. Hoses and garden hoses and things of that nature do not put out a grease fire. We want you to have a happy Thanksgiving. Just do it right. It is important that you people do this right.
We're having 3, Rich is doing 2 or 3 deep fried birds. And my biggest thing is the dog tails. Is you let the dogs out in the backyard, you're doing the turkey.
Those are the things to
I'm
avoid.
terrified of this. And I'm a firefighter, so I have all that stuff around, and I'm still afraid.
Don't leave it unattended.
It's a lot of oil.
What do you want to do?
We can do quickie news.
Let's do quickie news. Let's do quickie news. Well,
Cats are people too. Okay, now everybody hears it.
They're just right
this
for the
is
pot.
the part of the show that we show our appreciation to our businesses and broadcasters who are broadcasting our show in their establishments.
Yeah.
The crew over at the Llamas headquarters. Somebody needs to come over here with some hot wings. Somebody,
We promote you every week. Delivery.
Mike, you guys are rocking.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing. Hey, Llamas, thank you very much.
Thanks for the toy run
Gnarly
yesterday
Jay's
for
down
Sunday.
there. Gnarly Jay's has sand volleyball over there.
Volleyball or volleyball?
Volleyball. You can play volleyball with Jen if the courts are
She
full.
will
Just
put
bring
the
your
right music on
Just
for
play
you.
dodgeball with Jen. She'll love you. We want to say happy Thanksgiving to Mark's and Mark's 2nd Street in St. Charles.
I'm Mark Hoffman.
Mark,
Thank
you
you
very much. Sunscreen and Seashells. They're showing us down in Tampa tonight. He has some marine products for stings. It beats what you're thinking when you have a stingray bite.
Saying Adolph's meat tenderizer.
I know it's Larry Gray's birthday this week. I know Kat Hammis has a birthday
Kat
this
Hammis
week.
had a birthday yesterday.
Yeah, you guys rock. Now, I do know there's a place that I want to just...
Running out of time.
I know.
Running out of time.
I want to thank Amarona out in Littleton, Colorado, True Customs. They're having a party in their shop. You guys in True Customs, let me read what this is their catchphrase.
I know.
Their catchphrase is super high-end custom paint and kick-ass fiberglass bagger products. How do you not like that? And you guys, Josh and Marona, you guys rock. I just got.
And he left out the first sentence, which was good because we would be FCC'd everywhere, but was cool because it was his own little quote. And I'm like, no.
I got to get Cindy out.
Do a shout out to Tina down in Tampa too.
Yeah, that was Tina.
one.
Yeah. Tina has a pop-up that's coming up on our Facebook page. It has all the information about stings and things that you can do better than the other way. So good luck on our contest. We do have a contest that just came up. I think we've covered everything.
We have a prize closet for you
it's
folks.
A prize closet.
I'm doing really well.
So I'm going to try and get 2 minutes with Cindy Amore. Cindy is the EMS director and the whole 9 yards of Santegra.
It's the hi, Dan. Just met you.
We've talked on the phone probably 2 or 3 times
How
now.
you doing?
I'm good.
I was actually in Woodstock. I tried to find.
I'm in McHenry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So tell me how you help the public get aware and their preparedness.
Couple things. One is I've been involved in teaching Heart Association, CPR, first aid
AHA,
for decades. And if there's a message for anyone, everybody should be trained. First of all, it's fun.
My thought too.
Secondly, you never know. The person you might save is someone you really care about. It's easy. It takes about 3-5 hours of your day or your weekend, and it's a great way to feel good about yourself.
I used it with my mom this summer, so I get it. I mean, even with all my training, I had to use it with my mom.
Yeah. So also a great thing. The other thing is disasters. That tornado in Washington, Illinois was devastating. The reason they didn't have more injuries and certainly more fatalities was people paid attention. They listened to the sirens. They heeded the warnings, and they knew what to do.
If you hear a siren, or if like the Bears game is preempted, that's trouble.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You need to do something. I have my motorcycle helmets and all my extra gear in my bathroom, in my basement, because that's my safe room.
You know,
I got to tell you, just doing heads up things like just keep your crap in a place you're going to need.
They showcased a family who did that. They were in their basement bathroom, and the dad put
That's what
helmets
set us up a couple
on.
years ago.
Yeah,
and that's why I wanted you in
put
here.
his helmets on the kids. It was a great thing to do.
Well,
so.
How do people get in touch with you so that they can take classes, so that they can hear from you firsthand how to do this?
Okay, first off, if you're out in the McHenry County area, which is way up north, you can contact me through Centegra.org. My email's there. You can always call my office line.
Beautiful.
815-759-8044. I'd be happy to hook you up with classes that are in our area.
Santegra, thank you for letting me have Cindy's, thank you very much, Cindy. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm going to have more information on the Facebook.
It was a very long ride.
I'm going to have more information on the Facebook page. Next week we have Joe Wu. Joe Wu is going to be in here. You've seen him on Sons of Anarchy. There's a new Doritos commercial. He's on Ride with Flo. Start the show. And week after that we have Chris Simmons, the wife of Pat Simmons of the Doobie Brothers, is going to be in here telling us about how accident scene management has had an effect on her life. So we have a great... Oh, and we have a dog show coming up. We actually have a dog show. So can you start the end of the show, please?
It's done.
Can you turn it on? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Bike Week America rocks, and we know you do, too. This is Dan Nolan, the Biker's Broker, thanking my staff, Lori, Cindy Amore, who came in, Gabriella, Little G, and we got PB, who's taking good care of me. Peace, love, and pipes that rumble, people. We'll see you next week.